Alright everyone, what is up and welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl. We're playing the new Brawl, do some more benchmarking with Phoenix. Let's check out the modifiers. We got Stockpile, so we have bonus starting resources, Hallowed Ground, and it looks like Equality is making a comeback. Oh, that's bad. Equality is back, and that is bad, at least for Phoenix. Because Phoenix's units rely on their special heroic status to be good. So I'm going to put my Legionnaires in the Hallowed Ground area. So there's absolutely no unit types.
What's up?
That means Kaldalis and other heroes are gonna get, well, they're gonna get knocked out quite easily, and they're also gonna get, like, photon cannons are no longer considered, well, buildings. So the Hawker can just eat them. This is gonna be an interesting round. We've seen Equality before. Oh yeah, look at that. Are you asking that makes the Direct Strike Weekly Brawl videos? Hello. That is me. How's it going? You're gonna be on the tier list for today. Guide me. Oh my god. Oh my god. We got a few here today. Wow, okay. I did not expect this strong force. Well, that being said, guys, I do have an announcement to make. So I know I said that I was gonna do a stream to celebrate 200 subs. That being said, 200 subs celebration stream is going to be coming this Sunday, Eastern Daylight Time or Eastern Standard Time, however it goes. We are going to be doing it from 5 p.m. to maybe 8 p.m. like what happened last time. So I'll just be from 5 to 8. If you guys want to play with me, just pop on over. Oh yeah, and go and just get on my Discord. Get on my Discord, guys. Especially if you're watching this right now, Basic AI and Safe Heaven. Go check out my Discord, right? Mickey Bogle's already there. He's already popped on there. You can find the link to my Discord up on my channel banner. If you go to my channel on my banner page, there is you know, like how like all the YouTubers, like when they link their little social media stuff, like in the bottom right corner of the banner. Just go and check that out right over there. I got my stuff over there. All right, I started this game today. Hey, come on, check it out. Hey. That's all good. That's all good. If y'all wanna kickstart yourself. What am I actually up against? I'm sorry. Did that guy get a Leviathan? He got a Leviathan. Excuse me. If you wanna... Okay, well, we don't have a Dahaka, so I guess getting a Leviathan was not a bad call. I need something in the air to take it out. I think I need some scouts. If you want to kickstart yourself, consider dropping by to my channel. I make Direct Strike videos every day. Choose a Blaze Man Gaming, but not all. Oh wait, I should probably be focusing on the battle, guys. I'm sorry. 1, 2. Make sure to subscribe. We choose Blaze Man Gaming. Okay. I just realized that we need to take out this Leviathan. Because my opponents just went straight for Leviathan. I'm also. It looks like I'm also against the Phoenix, but I'm also against his Abathur, and none of us actually brought any air support. So we are gonna have to hard transition into, well, obviously hard transition into scouts. That being said, I think scouts do AoE though. They do AoE, so I think we should be fine. I'm gonna put all my guys in the Hallowed Vitality area, just so we stand a little bit more of a chance.
Like a plan.
I mean, or just blow up immediately. We'll drop the mojo over here. And by the way, as I was saying to my beautiful friend over here, Safe Heaven, if you guys are new to this channel and you guys enjoy Direct Strike content, consider dropping me a sub, because I come up with these videos every single day of the week. And this is just the tier list for this week's Brawl. And so the tier list, I'm usually going to pop a little tier list stuff at the end of this video, around like the last 4 minutes, 5 minutes of this video. So if you want to go check that out as well, you can just like skip through it if somehow you don't want to watch the game. And I always play with some Phoenix every single round. Phoenix is always my first commander that I play with. Benchmarking with Phoenix is what I call it. And that's a lot of mutilisks. Can we handle all these mutilisks? I guess, yeah, because Abathur's Mutalisk, while they used to do bonus damage to armored, my units aren't armored anymore. But that being said, I think I needed to get the suppression procedure. Yeah, I need to get the suppression procedure. Okay, so we're a bit on the back foot right now, but that's okay. Let's put down another scout. Alright, so how's everyone been this week? I hope you guys have been doing well. Got a lot of comments and feedback. I think there are still a decent number of comments in the comment section that are asking for Manx, but it looks like Manx Madness is probably winding down. So I don't know what I'm going to do about Manx Madness. Maybe I'll wind it down. Because it looks like some combat sensor array, so we have more range here. Go suppression procedure. At least it's killing other air units quite well. My legionaries on the ground are actually getting knocked out. So it looks like, oh my goodness, this Leviathan's gonna time out, and it's getting killed by those Rainer medics. Oh my god, my Rainer needs some anti-air. We need some anti-air. How are we gonna do this? Do I need to get adepts? Oh, but adepts don't really do that. Adepts with attack speed. Maybe that's what I need. So I think I need some adepts. Because if I don't get some adepts, I need... I'm currently just relying on my scouts for anti-air. Oh my god. You're getting pushed in. So my friend here, this is his first time, he's getting some Ravagers. Ravagers aren't the best choice to get. Safe head, and you're watching this. There are better things to get on Abathur than Ravagers. Especially in this situation, Ravagers are not optimal choice. We need some anti-air options right now. And we need it fast. Like, I cannot kill this Leviathan, it seems, without the help of the planetary fortress. That is a very bad sign to me, at least. Let's see. At least we are knocking out Taldaran. Question mark? Taldaran is actually still quite powerful, but can I deal with these Mutalisks? I think with the help of these Rainer Marines, I think we can, because they're currently distracted by my scout. But I don't think these Marines can kill that Leviathan in time. Okay, so I'm gonna need. We're trying to hang on to dear life right now. Actually, you know what? I was wrong. Those Marines actually killed that Leviathan. That's hilarious. We got that Rainer Bioswarm. Got some Devourers. Abathur should just focus on getting roaches, I think. That being said, though, yeah, you need more ground presence. That's okay. It's his first time. We'll be forgiven for that. It's just everyone starts off somewhere, right? Okay. So our opponents don't really have anything that gets. Oh my god! Look at that. I think Taldaran just pulled my cannon. Just pulled my cannon around. So with equality, since none of the units have any attributes, it's gonna be tough. I'm actually getting canned. I lost that Phoenix with units because I just don't have enough range units. Right now. I'm not doing a great job of putting down more range units. This is going to be a tough brawl. It's going to be an interesting brawl. I think Dahaka is going to be a little hilarious. Because I think... Can Dahaka eat Dahaka? That's one of the questions I have. Can Dahaka eat Tychus units? Now that's typeless. Because I know Tychus can mind control stuff. But Tychus units also get insta-gibbed by a bunch of things now. Such as crowd control, for example. Before his special status made it so that he was crowd control. But now that is not the case. Shaking shields. No, let's get some air weapons. Hopefully air weapons will help us pull ahead. But our scouts won't do bonus damage to air units anymore. I just need to have more scouts than anyone else. Might at least clean up this enemy with. Phoenix himself has a lot of health still. So that's still at the top. I should have went for Phoenix. Oh no. There's too many scouts left open. I can't keep handling them. I mean, at least these Mutalisks are dying as soon as they get to our Nexus. That's good. But, can these Marines clean this up? I think these Marines might be able to clean this up. I'm my Rainer ally here. Should I just keep pushing out? I think I gotta keep pushing out scouts. I can't do anything else but push out scouts. All the other options I have aren't that great. I want to save for Phoenix, but since we have a stockpile, I think it was probably a great idea. It's probably a better idea for me to save for Phoenix than just to run out there what I have. I think if I ran out here with Phoenix himself as this trader form, I think that would be better. But then again, in his Predator form, he actually cannot hit us or like, help us out on the ground, which is pretty bad. So I need him as Solar Dragoon. That being said, I don't even know if this is going to make a difference. Like, we are on our back legs right now. It's a rope-a-dope right now. And, it's all thanks to my Rainer ally here who's holding on. I think the carry here would be good versus Leviathan. I mean, maybe. It's got a lot of health. Maybe. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's all good. It's all good. I think. Well, this was a fast round because the Leviathan without its massive and armored stat actually is like very, very strong, and I actually did not suspect that because the only way to take it out would have been to just go scouts normally, and well, scouts don't actually do bonus damage to it anymore. That's very interesting. So it only does 8. Oh my god, it only does 8 now. And the Leviathans have 1,000 health. No wonder it took me 10 years to kill it. I should have just went Adepts, I think. Because Adepts are cheaper. And they have 18 damage. I know they don't hit air as well. Like, with as big of a range, but... Maybe I should just went Adepts. Holy. Like, the intuitive counter does not work this week. Because, well, the things don't have the sort of status to get countered. Wow, let me look at my score first, because, like, I actually, like, there's gonna be so much to say about this brawl. I actually did not do that well. I only killed 74 things. I was not doing a good job there. It definitely did not feel like I was doing good. Oof, that's atrocious. That's an atrocious difference. I lost, like, 13k versus minerals. Oh my goodness. It might be the lack of sleep. Maybe that's, oh my god, that was some atrocious performance on my part. Holy sh... Wow, okay, well, let's just move on to the tier list. I think I'm gonna have to think about this one for a little bit, because equality definitely messes with you. Alright, we'll move on to the tier list right now. Alright, everyone, welcome back to the tier list. Let's get into it. So, as per usual, we're going to talk about the auras, the overall strategy, and commander rankings. And for some reason, if you have jumped ahead to hit this tier list because you just didn't want to watch the game, consider dropping me a like and or sub if you guys enjoy Direct Strike videos out there. Let's rock into it. So, the modifiers this week, we have equality. So this is the equality brawl. All units are typeless, meaning they have no armored status, they have no biological status, light status, massive status, psionic, whatever you have, all those tags, they are gone. And so units that do bonus damage because of those tags are now also weaker. And units that suffer from bonus damage because of those tags are now stronger. So this brawl is actually very tough to actually rank up in tier with. So I'll have to give a little bit more rationale at the end as to like what I'm sort of thinking about for why I ranked certain commanders a certain way. Stockpile starts you with more money, so this allows you to just sort of rush tier 3 if you want to, or do a stronger early game push. I'm sort of undecided as to which one is better. I think it's based on which commander you're playing. If you're playing someone who needs to go tier 3 to do well, for example, like Swan or Zagara, pushing tier 3 is probably the best thing you can do here. And finally, we have Hallowed Ground, which offers 3 different buffs in the staging area based on where you place your unit. Your unit gets a certain buff there. So this is going to be a very interesting brawl. This is going to be the Hallowed Equality Brawl. I think that's what I'm going to call it. The Hallowed Equality Brawl. Let's go into the strategy. So I think this week, you should pick a commander with access to good AoE. As we just saw there with the Phoenix game, I got completely demolished because I didn't really have good air AoE. Also, I didn't have access to a cheap all-purpose unit. All of Phoenix's units are strong because they do bonus damage to a certain type of status unit, right? Adepts do bonus damage to light units, scouts do bonus damage to armored air units, and light ground units, right? But once you take those tags off, scouts suddenly suck versus air units. They do like absolutely no damage. And so that's going to be a case for some, like, many other units. For example, I'm thinking Rainer Vikings are probably going to have a hard time against things like carriers, for example, because now they don't do bonus damage to carriers. And commanders that rely on these counter units are going to be a little weaker this week. How much weaker? Not too sure. We just have to see it play out. So here's sort of what I have ranked up for this week. So I know I did say pick a commander with AoE. That being said, Vorazun is going to be up here at the front because every time Hallowed Ground comes into play, Vorazun is going to be doing quite well with her Stalkers, and because they have an ability to regenerate shields, and because they no longer get hard countered by armored unit, like anti-armor, because they don't have the armored status, I think they're actually going to do better. Because Stalker DPS isn't like too great, right? The whole purpose of her Stalkers is to stay alive, and so I'm thinking this week for Zune Stalkers are gonna be quite great. They're probably gonna be stacking every single wave, and I mean, like, her Corsairs, like the Oracle, sort of like the stun lock is gonna help out. It's gonna be a little bit more effective because it'll be able to stun. I think it can already stun heroic units though. I think I'm not sure on that. Like, anyone else who was a Vorazun main out there, do let me know because I don't use the Oracle stun lock much often. And that being said, Alarak is up here. Even though Alarak himself is not going to be good, like Alarak himself. I don't know if Tia has fixed the issue with chicken nuggets, where Alarak does not recognize that his supplicants are supplicants, and therefore he doesn't go to eat them. But if Alarak goes a Slayer build, I think he can do just as well as Vorazun. But just purely Slayers, though, nothing else, because everything else he has just does bonus damage to Armored, and there are no such thing as Armored units anymore. So I think Alarak will still do very well. I have Dahaka here. This may be a bad choice, but I think Dahaka is also good because he can eat anything now, because nothing is protected by the heroic status. That being said, I have actually never tested Dahaka, and if he could eat, like, say, Phoenix, for example, just eat in the entire Phoenix, or just eat like Tychus himself. I actually don't know if that works. I don't know if that works, right? I might test it out for a few rounds this weekend just to see. And I have Artanis and Stukov up here because they have easy access to AoE. I think Artanis' units, I'm thinking of, like, he might be a little weaker than, like, he lets on, because he doesn't really have a good general all-purpose unit. You could say his Dragoon, but I'm thinking his Immortal is going to be quite good this week in terms of just ground control. And his Phoenixes might suffer a little. I have Manx here in the A tier because it might look like Manx might be bad because suddenly all his Royal Guards are now even weaker because most of his Royal Guards do bonus damage to certain things. Right? I'm thinking Shock Divisions do bonus damage to stuff. Aegis Guards do bonus damage. I think Shock Divisions are still going to be good. Right, Siege Tanks are Siege Tanks, right? Just because they don't do bonus damage to armored units anymore doesn't mean they're not good. And Manx's frontline has actually got buffed because they're no longer considered armored, right? A lot of times Manx's frontline just gets hammered by stuff like Marauders, hammered by stuff like Siege Tanks, right? Hammered by anti-armor. But now because their anti-armor doesn't really exist anymore, and it's gonna be a bit of a tough call for his opponents. And Manx can probably also spam a lot of boys this week, and because boys just make good returns. Unless he's up against someone who has high AOE, I think the boys will do quite well. I also have Nova here in the A because I think Nova units, because they're just highly statted units anyways, if they lose their sort of bonus status, it doesn't really affect them too much. And so let's look at people who are in the C and D tier. So I have Carrick's in the D tier, but Carrick's might be a dark horse this round, because Carrick's carriers cannot heal themselves, and Carrick's passive cannot heal his units because none of them are considered mechanical anymore. That being said, though, his carriers might do better than they first let on against opponents that typically counter him because they no longer are considered armored. That being said, that still needs to be tested. Carriers are, at the end of the day, carriers, and they're quite expensive. Haunted Hornet here is in the D tier because if you don't execute the strategy correctly, I think you might not be able to do this. But I think Astera rates are going to be absolutely killer this round. That being said, though, getting there might be a little tough. Actually, I don't know. Maybe Haunted Hornet might be a little harder. Might be a little bit up higher. Not too sure about that. And I think Tychus might be a dark horse this round as well. He might not be as bad as it appears because since all his units are now typeless, he can do a lot of ridiculous things with that. But also, since all his units are now typeless, he is vulnerable to a lot of ridiculous things that before he was immune to. That being said, though, Vega can now mind control literally anything and everything, including Dahaka, including Kerrigan, including like just heroic units that normally wouldn't be mind controllable. So it'll be interesting to see Tychus. And I have Swan here in the C because Swan, I don't know, I think Swan starts up a little slow, but I think maybe he might be a dark horse too. So, like, don't count anyone out this week. I know this is how it's set up right now, but don't count anyone out. I think there's the potential that all commanders could do well. It's just finding the right strategy for it. That being said, though, I think Phoenix might actually truly struggle here. Maybe if I went carriers last round, that might have helped. But yeah, that being said, I think that's the tiers for this week. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But until next time, I will see you guys later.